I'm Spencer, here with Fender Garage.
Roger, also with Fender Garage.
We're out here in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, here at the Southwest Nationals F100 Truck Show, the second annual Southwest.
Second annual. Wins are picked up this year.
Some wins. A lot more trucks, though.
A lot more trucks.
Saturday brought out a whole ton of them, so yeah, we've had a great time here. If you didn't make it out this year, you definitely need to next year, because based on the Saturday turnout, wouldn't be surprised at all if they start to fill that upper parking lot and more space up there. And they got room to expand, so
absolutely,
there's no reason we can't get 50 more trucks out next year.
500 more trucks.
500. I forgot a zero there. Yeah, it's beautiful. Like, you're right here on the lake too, and you got everything. You got a nice clean OBS, single cab. You got a crew cab bump side next to it. There's a million ways to do Ford trucks. This is one that we looked at earlier. I think it's a diesel swapped. Yeah, he's got a Cummins in there.
I'm really getting into the dent.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, this thing is killer. I wonder if these are original badges, crew cab special.
They usually
you got some sweet tow mirrors too.
The cowboy hat hanger.
Oh, I didn't even see. I'm so short. I didn't even see the bike in the back.
Oh yeah,
that is trick.
And the Mercury tailgate.
That's all I heard, is there was something with a Mercury tailgate on it.
Little
yeah,
newer style
like
running boards.
Super Duty, yeah, running boards. What's going on? It's cool. Also got good old diesel. It's cool light bar. I love these off-roading rigs. Looks like they've done some upgrades to the suspension.
Yeah,
or the steering.
Go.
This one here is
we gotta give it some.
Yeah, we have to give this one some attention.
Number one, boxwood green, Wimbledon white. That is the iconic 60s, 70s Ford right there.
This is the ultimate bump side. It's a lot like our shop truck, but perfect condition, all the trim. You got the Ranger XLT badge on the back.
It's got the right amount of doors.
It does. Beautiful wheel tire combo. Love the hubs. Love the white wheels. BF Goodrich.
And look at the size of this camper.
Yeah, this thing is massive. Yeah. Like, we saw one in California in Orange County that had like a full rear little axle in the back to hold it. And they said on this one, they're like, it's good. It doesn't need any of that.
He was towing a boat with this.
Yeah, so this thing was towing a boat with the camper and everything. Like, the load that you're pulling with this thing, I mean, I'm sure they're using every bit of that Cummins. And it's got a beautiful interior, man. Like, just so much old school in the interior. This thing is trick. I'm starting to catch on to the word trick. I like that. So, you know, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but if that's not OEM AC, they went to some great effort to get one that looked as OEM as it possibly could have.
It's got the little wood grain panels.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, it's got the Ranger badge on it. You can see the wood grain Ranger XLT badge on the dash. They got wood grain where their light bezels are by their steering wheel. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. I'm so curious if this is the factory rear seats and rear bench seat. If not, whatever they got it out of fits perfectly for this. And I don't believe that this is a factory trim piece, but I think they just had a great job of making one that matched this that is a factory trim piece. But like I said, totally could be wrong. I got the wood grain on the door panels. This would have been the truck back in, what is this, a 71? Might even be, seriously, like, when Ford made this 50 years ago, this was the coolest thing. That's the coolest 72 ever. There you go, got another Cummins swap. Looks like.
Lots of Cummins out here.
Yeah. Granted, I would say for a diesel swap, you step in a whole other tier if you were to go to like a 6.7 Power Stroke. You go to a new Ford diesel drivetrain, it's a whole other world. This thing probably hauls like crazy. You can see it's just a bed full of stuff too. Trucks doing truck things, how amazing is that? Like, I guess, the drop ball.
Check out the license plate. Yeah. EPA, ha ha ha.
I like the wheel tire combo.
I was just going to say that. I think these
really
tires are
starting to get into this. And it's not like so offset that it sticks way out of the wheel well. I actually think this is my favorite truck of the show.
Okay. This is rusting in all the right places.
This is the patina of all patinas. What's up, brother? Just admiring, man. This thing is gorgeous. But my favorite part about this thing is just the aesthetic of just your off-white, like kind of your eggshell white, kind of faded. Perfect. You said it yesterday.
The front bumper's been scratched to perfection.
Yeah, perfect scratching. But otherwise, like your Ford, like usually you see like when they're in this condition, they're missing like a letter or like.
Right.
But all the things you'd care about, even like
look at how cleaned up the engine bay is.
Yeah.
You got the
seriously.
Bottom side of the hood's been
Firewall's been painted. Yeah, all the holes have been patched in.
Your inner fenders, your core support, it all looks great.
So it looks like he's put this onto like probably a 78, 79 4x4 frame. Put the Cummins in it. Done all the piping. This thing is a blast, I'm sure. We saw it drive in yesterday, and you were seeing some of these trucks kind of baby themselves over the curb, and this thing just ran straight up. It didn't want no BS. Just a clean one. So check this out. This appears to be before 90s, maybe like an 89 or so. I'm sure it'll say on its registry.
84.
84. Check that out. XLT diesel. I did not know they had diesels this far back. This must have been just such a cool option back in the day.
This was the option back in the day.
Yeah, seriously. And I know it looks like he's got new shocks, but running on the Leafs. He's got some sort of shock for his steering too. That's fun. That's got to be so fun. So this one here is 65 crew cab. It original 4-wheel drive 450. This a Duke's Fab is who you'd look up for Instagram. He's brought, in my opinion, some of the coolest trucks of the entire show. And this is no exception. It's got a Coyote in it. I think it's a Gen 1 or a Gen 2 on a factory chassis.
Once again, beautiful patina.
Seriously, like these patinas nowadays are insane.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I feel like patinas, they make them almost like two-tone trucks. Like there's enough brown in the patina that it's like
it's abstract art, two-tone in its own little creative way. Look at the gun rack in the back.
Yeah, wow, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. Got a shotgun up there.
That's a perfect touch. Nice clean interior. Look at that headliner. The headliner's well done.
Oh wow, yeah, very cool. I didn't even notice that. Sun visors, yeah. Yeah, this guy's really cool. We spent a lot of time talking with him yesterday. So if you haven't, like I said, Duke's Fab, go look him up. We'll look at one of his other trucks here in the next couple minutes, and you'll understand. Like this guy's just a Ford junkie. Like you have some of these guys that just eat, sleep, breathe Ford trucks. Oh, also, we got to cover this one. So where to begin?
One of the stars of the show.
Where honestly do you begin? How about you begin with a height check? Am I taller than it?
Almost.
By a little bit?
Almost.
This thing is massive. This, like I said, where do we start? Jacked Up Trucks, Wyoming. You have to check them out too. They really cool customer, David. So David was telling us that he actually had another F700 truck of some kind. He had like a really big truck he wanted to use for a swap. So he hit these guys up, Jacked Up Trucks. So he ended up buying the truck he wanted to use, and it ended up being super rusty, couldn't use it. And then Jacked Up said, hey, we have an F700. We have one of these just sitting in our backyard you can use. And he was like, oh, how convenient. Let's just use the F700 you have on hand.
Which worked out really well because it's also got a cool feature being, what was it, U.S. Air Force?
Yeah, like let's look at the badge. Like this thing was...
what a cool touch.
State of Wyoming, surplus property. Something Wyoming state. I believe the police are like almost like state troopers. But yeah, you have the original Wyoming badges on this thing. There's so much character. I don't even know where you would go to look for F700 badges. It's just you have them or you don't.
It's so tall that I didn't notice it had a white top before.
Yeah, beautiful, yeah. Monster of a truck. Just the biggest of the big. Dual exhaust coming out. So you'll notice the suspension. You'll notice some details. This thing is a 2022 F250 or 350 Super Duty. I forget which, if it's F250 or 350. Jacked Up Trucks did a full chassis swap. So David's a really cool guy. He's probably going to be doing an interior with us at some point in the future, which is cool because actually the inside of the cab is a lot like a normal Denside.
Yeah.
Like the door panels are going to be the same, bench seat space, like very similar. Really, it's just the body panel features and things.
That's the best part, you know.
It's so cool. So if you were to open the door, the amp steps are going to drop down. On the inside, Jacked Up just did such a good job blending the custom and the OEM. But they got Dakota digital gauges, so the gauges look factory, but they got a Ford steering wheel out of the truck. Same with the ignition. So David's his key fob is literally like a 2022 Super Duty key fob. So it can do all the lock, unlock, remote start, all that cool stuff. I got to drive it a little bit yesterday. Like I said, he's really cool, and he let me get behind the wheel for a little bit, but it drives just like a brand new F250. And I mean, you just don't get that. Like the turning radius on this thing was all the way left, all the way right. But 7-inch body lift, this thing is, like I said, massive. You cannot state that enough. What a truck. Jacked Up, killed it. They came out here, they brought like 4 or 5 trucks with them from Wyoming. And like I said, David, I think, is going down the rabbit hole of an interior. So what he's got in there right now is like black and white, and he's going to go to like a brown distressed leather. So we'll have Apex Leather whip up some samples and ship them out to him, and we'll start crunching colors and crunching designs, see what we come up with. So that could be something cool to look out for. Granted, we don't know yet if David's going to install the interior himself, because, you know, him and his boys can do it over a weekend, or he'll just bring us the truck. He's in California. It should be like a 3 or 4 hour drive. We'll just knock the whole thing out. So this one, wicked. It Detroit steels on it. Deleted the door handles. Sweet body work. I love it. Such a fan.
Cream on the wheels plays nice with that blue.
It's the balance between like chrome and like the white wheels, right? Cool bench sheet. I like this. Looks like you can flip it down one section at a time. Looks like it might be out of something and just rewrapped or something.
Kind of a cool looking gauge cluster too.
So that's actually, if I'm not mistaken, what is this, a 55 then?
55, yeah. You think he's got like some turn signals in the grill there?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even notice. I was looking at this one earlier. I love this one.
This one's clean.
Yeah, I dig this one. Reminds me a lot of Steve Fournier's color that he used, like that. This is real eggshell, I guess.
Look at how polished that grill is.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
That is a work of art.
Yeah, he's got Willwood brakes. Obviously done a lot of work to the motor. Fun big block. I'm sure he's got a good time with this. Big old billet serpentine kit on the front of it. Champion radiator. I like the soft top too.
They don't see many soft tops anymore.
Look, that's a new Ranger X. We saw the faded one. What it looks like when it's just brand new.
Shiny
Colors pop. It's got some Shelby racing wheels on it too.
I like that gray with the polish.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Check this paint out, man.
That's some pretty green. Would you call that green? That's green, right?
It's like a sea green, yeah.
It's got some blue sparkle in it. That is some nice paint.
This is very Lake Havasu coated. I like this.
Big old American racing.
I was gonna say, looks like 20s. Yeah, billet wheels. Super clean condition step to get in. I love a single cab OBS, man.
Me too.
It's like he's got some disc brakes on there.
Very cool.
This is cool, a little pinstripe on the hood.
The old
I remember this one. It says on the back of garage furniture. Check this out. It's one of my favorite things. I think most people need this on their truck. I love that. Look at that bed, man. Beautiful bed.
Some nice wood.
The chrome strips.
A lot of time went into that.
I like these little seat belts. The little clip-ins, like the old school racing seat belts they'd have. Look, his dome lights have a switch on the dome light too. That's kind of fun.
There you go. Look how far that steering wheel tilts
Oh
up.
man, yeah.
That's
like
convenient.
a school bus.
I know,
yeah.
right? Or does it even tilt? Is that just straight?
That's a no tilt. So this one, they've stretched it.
Yeah, look at that custom little extended cab.
Yeah, some room in the back. I dig it. It's a long bed too, I'm pretty sure. I saw this one last year. I love this thing.
I like the lightning bolt on the tonneau.
Yeah, the heartbreak of today's Chevrolet.
Shots fired.
They say there are no gangster Fords out there, man. Some of them just like to stick it to Chevy.
This has a little bit of everything on that gangster side, huh?
I would say if you think of a show truck, a lot of times you think of something like that right there. Just fun.
A lot of time went into that one.
Yeah, I love this one. Disc brakes, got a Coyote in it.
You just don't see the fridge on the road anymore. 59.
And all blue fridge. Minnesota truck.
It's got the 4 headlights up front.
Yeah, quad headlight.
Isn't that a 60 thing?
He's got a clean Coyote swap. He did a good job with it.
Absolutely.
Crown Vic front. I think it's an S550 rear. Got it in there. Got the battery in the front too. Easy to access. Now we want to talk Coyote swap.
This one's pretty.
So we actually nominated this one as the our favorite Coyote swap of the show. There's some good ones here. There was a good 4 or 5 that had a Coyote. We had a Dentside 79 that had a Godzilla in it. That was pretty cool.
So I was talking to the owner of this truck yesterday, and he said he built this whole thing out of his garage in 2013, 2014. So he did it before this whole Coyote
Before the craze,
theme
yeah.
caught fire.
It's so cool. The
That
orange
paint,
valve covers.
I was gonna say that orange paint is just, it's Tangelo, and it is.
Looks like he's got his fuel regulator up there.
That's pretty.
Tracking his PSI, and looks like, I'm assuming manual brakes. If no booster, just a master cylinder on there. He's got his radiator overflow tank tucked nicely on the radiators, core support, and short little intake that comes out. Looks great. I like this plumbing for the upper radiator hose. Look how thick that line is, braided line.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'm curious what the benefit of that is, but I'm sure there's something there. Was this is this also your secondary fuel pump, like you were telling me about, or is
I think
this different?
that's a Gen 3 thing only.
Interesting.
Check out the dash. He said somebody local to Havasu did this
Oh
for him.
man, this interior is something.
Yeah, it's a wow. That's a killer.
So I saw this at Tennessee a couple of years ago. I don't remember the interior being like this. That's beautiful. So he's got a custom center console. Floor shifter looks like a manual.
It is, yeah.
That is a good time right there. Oh, he's got Wiley on it. That's awesome.
It's a Coyote.
Of course, yeah. The Coyote swap, right?
Yeah.
The license plate too, he's got Wiley. All right, well, with the customer's permission.
Yeah, let's do it. Because it's a sight to behold.
Oh man, are you kidding?
A fully wrapped dash.
What are those? You think those are Mustang bucket seats?
They are.
So Mustang bucket seats, custom seat brackets, custom center console, got the screen built in, cup holders, window switches. Look at those door panels, man. Holy moly. It's got aftermarket AC. He's put his vents into the dash. The dash is most definitely not at all like it was factory.
Nope.
Got a lot of dials out by a steering wheel. Got a tilt steering column. Definitely aftermarket pedals, clutch and brake.
Check out the headliner. The custom work just continues.
Beautiful. Yeah, so they've leather wrapped the whole dash here. Not just the dash pad, but the dash and the headliner. Man, they have a little bit of lighter brown in there to add some contrast. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into this thing. Cool door panels. I really like this. Very modern, very comfortable.
She's a beaut, Clark.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Fender Garage, Coyote swap pick of the meat right here.
Agreed.
So we actually given this guy a dome light for his truck. So I'm curious, I didn't even look at the one that was in there. But yeah, so it's just an old factory one. So we're gonna get him a new LED dome light. We've given it to the owner of the show. He's gonna pass it forward when they find out that they win. It may not be official yet, but they'll find out here in the next 20 minutes or so. It should be pretty cool. Yeah, beautiful truck. So we were talking about him earlier, Duke's Fab. That's how you look him up on Instagram. But this guy, he said he only put 20 grand into this truck from the time that he got it. Now, granted, I'm sure some stuff was already done, but I mean,
what did he say? Like his grandpa did a lot of the work.
Yeah, his grandpa did a lot of the work. So it's his grandpa's truck. I don't even know where to get started on this.
So let's start at the grill. And these headlights, to me, that screams
I believe
late 50s.
This is technically a 1955 F100.
Okay.
He said the only original part of it was the roof, and he ended up modifying that anyways. So
yeah,
it's really not anything. It's just a one-off something, which I find so cool. But it was initially a 55 F100.
Right.
So quad headlights, trick grill, super cool. He did say he didn't like the wheels and tires that were on it, and he was getting them replaced, but to me, very 90s, very cool. I like it. I like the billet spoke wheel. I think that looks good.
Okay, so he said cab was done by grandfather.
Yes.
Louvers were there from a, what, Model A, something like that?
Yes, so you can see it's a symmetrical cab here.
A symmetrical door to what the 55 slant would have been.
This is just the most unique truck ever.
Look at that paint. That paint is just incredible.
Like I said, very 90s, cool candy paint. Yeah.
It's a different color when this
It's got the stacks coming out the side. Yeah, disc brakes. Look at these taillights, man. These things are so freaking cool.
The Cadillac bullets.
Obviously, nothing about the tailgate is factory at all.
Or bed, for that matter.
At all, yeah. He lifted this up for us, and there's like a really cool like etched design pattern on the bed, and it was painted over. And yeah, it's funny because it's registered in Idaho because that's where his grandpa had the truck, but he actually keeps it elsewhere. I think he said Utah.
Yeah.
But he continues to register in Idaho every year so he can keep the plates because he wants it for his grandpa.
Think about the time that went into these louvers.
Oh, I can't imagine. All the louvers all the way down, all dead even. So really cool. You may not be able to see on camera, but it's actually a really cool two-tone. It's a cherry red and like a burgundy. You can see on the line right here where it changes. And it's such a trick. Like, I don't even know if a camera could really capture it. It's so subtle. But it was so cool. We actually have a customer that's doing a 66 with us. And I sent this photo to him because they were kind of in between burgundy and like cherry. And so I saw this and I was like, it's fun to see both like on next to each other so you can see the contrast. But very candy, super candy heavy. Coolest part of the build right here. You see there for the shifter, he's got a hammer. So it was his grandpa's work hammer. And what does his grandpa always say? He's like,
when the hammer breaks, I'm retired.
When the hammer breaks, I'm retired. And so he passed away. And so they found the hammer in his dad's toolbox broken. And they literally used that as the shifter in the truck. That's insane.
Those things are the coolest part about these builds.
So cool, yeah.
The history.
There's only so much you can even go into detail on a truck like this, honestly. It really is so cool. good guy's winner. I mean, this guy
How
said
could
that
it not be?
Yeah, he broke it out of the garage just to bring it down here, and he was in a scramble.
Yeah, who was saying that? Somebody was saying this thing's only been out
forever. Yeah,
it's like this was at a big show, and then this is the second.
He kept saying he wanted to throw new wheels and tires on it before bringing it out, and then eventually he got impatient. He's like, I'm just going to bring it. Thank goodness he did. Who knew this was just sitting in somebody's garage outside of daylight like this?
Incredible.
Got this one we were looking at earlier, the Luke's F Series. You can follow him. They made it easy. They put the tag on it. Awesome utility bed. The stacks do work. These stacks here. What did they say it was? Full Crown Vic swap?
Yeah, I believe so.
Full Crown Vic frame and 4.6 liter, which to my standards, awesome. Like, what a fun driver. We got the FFG booth. We got the frame for the 78 F150. It's for a long bed. It's ready to go. We're just coordinating delivery with the customer, taking photos, and it's out of here. I mean, you know the drill on this, but for sake of awareness, I'll just run through it real quick. Porterbuilt level 1 frame, your Wilwood disc brakes, Falcon coilovers, you got your Curry 9-inch rear end, you have their Ford Performance Gen 3 Coyote illuminator motor, 3-liter Whipple supercharger. I mean, before the head's in the tune, or the header's in the tune, you're 750 at the crank, probably closer to 800 when all said and done. Got the custom Fat Fender Garage headers. For this, you got the power by the hour alternator relocation, Fat Fender Garage oil filter relocation kit, Flaming River rack and pinion, Fat Fender Garage non-drop spindles, ball joints, all grade 8 hardware. I mean, the specs can go on as long as you want them to, really.
They're also fun.
They are fun. They're fun to go over.
The stack of specs is just...
Each one adds a new layer. So Carissa was actually talking to me about this, and I realized I didn't have a straight answer.
Yeah.
2-piece drive shaft. Is that more Whipple, or is that more long bed, or both?
So the 2-piece drive shaft has to do with the length, right? So if it's a long bed, I believe the threshold is a 60-inch. If it goes any longer than 60 inches, it needs to be a 2-piece.
Well,
so obviously, when you're talking more power, you're going to want chromoly or something like that.
Sure.
I think there's options, but for the most part, it has to do with the length and also the level.
Good to know.
If you're an air ride and you're trying to articulate way down, you want that pivot point.
I know Carissa went over. We never named this. I wish Travis had a name for it that he had told us. It'd be fun to like coin this thing.
Yeah, I don't think he ever did give us a name for it.
In the comments, tell us what you would name it. Same setup, level 2 Porterbuilt chassis. Everything else is the same as what you're seeing over here. Whipple supercharged, Gen 3 Coyote. The works. Actually, I'll take you around the side. Fat Fender Garage, billet window cranks. Yeah. Goal for this one is just classic, nice. Nothing too crazy, one-tone interior.
A little refresh. This truck came to us with a red interior. It was a little bit of a dated build, so we brought it into the mid-2020s, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a more elegant shade of red on the leather.
Do you know, is Travis going to do a video with us when we pick this thing up?
He is, yeah. We're meeting him in the Grand National F100 show in Pigeon Forge. He'll be taking delivery of it from there. So we'll absolutely get some time with him.
We're at 1,100 miles, give or take?
Just over 1,100. We've put it through its paces and she runs good.
From first-hand experience yesterday.
The truck is a rocket ship. Yeah.
Runs great.
Runs fantastic. Just tracks straight down the road.
I think we've really dialed in the whole pedal steering column assembly too, because driving this thing, you don't get that cramp feeling those bump sides normally give you.
Yeah.
Even with a nice bench seat, full-size bench in here. Yeah. Obviously, relocating the fuel tank helps, shortening the steering column helps, pushing the pedals more up into the firewall helps. But even with the balance to run the AC controls, you'd assume that kind of hit your knees, but I mean, I got like a good 4 inches or so. It's nice.
Yeah, well proportioned.
Very well proportioned. But like we said, May, I believe it's the 3rd week of May, like the 18th-ish, 15th?
For Tennessee?
Yeah.
May 15th to the 17th.
So May 15th through the 17th, we're going to deliver this to the customer, and then you'll get the full scope of this here. So we'll leave some of the details for Travis to talk about and kind of go over what his idea for this was. But we're excited. We're T-minus 3 weeks, and it's battle tested. It's ready, and
I am so excited for Travis to get in that driver's seat.
I know for a fact he's going to have the best time. We have our new sales guy, Robert. We took him around, and man, you just see people's face the first time they experience
they experience that pull.
The 10-speed too. I mean, it's almost like an electric car is what it feels like. The power through all 10 gears is crazy. But yeah, like we said, catch us at Pigeon Forge. This will be there. The customer will be there. We'll be doing a YouTube video live while we'll be talking about it. So that'll be something really fun. Well, there's a lot we didn't cover. I mean, a lot of trucks out here, right?
A ton of trucks.
Ton of turf. We've walked this thing for over an hour and we didn't get a chance to see everything. So, you know,
it's usually the way it goes at shows, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we saw a lot of inspiration, a lot of chrome out here, a lot of bump sides out here, a lot of crew cab 4x4s out here.
I think that's the vibe in Havasu.
And Patina City. We saw a ton of cool patina.
Which I'm not mad at.
No,
I love both of those things, and together, holy cow.
Yeah, totally.
The magic combo.
First week of April, if you weren't here this year, next year, come out here, bring your truck, bring your loved ones. We're on the beach, we have music, we have food. It's a great time. You're all going to have a
beautiful.
Great time.
This is the perfect time to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, make sure that you're out here next year. I'm Spencer.
Roger.
Fender Garage. Catch you next time.